I thought it'd be important to do a little rebuttal regarding the lashback we got from the classic physique comments that I made. Now, a lot of it was misinterpreted. I did say I am a fan of a lot of those physiques. A lot of those guys started out as bodybuilders and have unbelievable physiques. A physique that I would love to have myself if my body was designed that way, you know. Some of these guys look incredible. But I stand by what I said in the fact that it is easier for them to reach that level of muscularity, and where a lot of them, you know, would have liked to be a bigger guy, or be able to compete with bigger guys. Now, some of you guys just write nonsense, and it's a riot actually. Some of the stuff. You called me a hypocrite because I won my pro card 4 times, and I stayed in the amateur ranks. Now, it proved my point by you bringing that up, because you said, well, you didn't compete until there was a 202 division or 212 division. So you caught the pot calling the kettle black. No, I didn't take my pro card because I was not ready. Okay? So what's happening today is there's now a division for guys who aren't ready. You understand? So I could have taken my pro card in 2001, and by today's rules I would have been able to take it in 2000 when I won the USA as a lightweight, 150 pounds. Not only was I not ready to compete against Jay Cutler and Ronnie Coleman, but I wasn't ready to compete against anyone other than people 150 pounds. So what I chose to do was go up and compete against people 165 pounds. Okay, I kept improving and getting better. That is not being, what's the word? I'm not hypocritical at all. Then I went up against the guys 176 pounds and won that too. Okay? Then I took my pro card. Then I started competing in the pro light division, which was, it was 210. I didn't do the 210 division, but I did 202, 212. And guess what? I've done 2 open shows too. And I was 2nd in one and 4th in another. And both of these shows were very good. Okay, so I beat a decent, in-shape Steve Kuklo. He wasn't at his best, but I mean, Steve is taking the world by storm right now. I was able to beat him in a show. That just tells you the level of the show. I'm far from a hypocrite. I love to compete, period. And I don't need to explain myself. But there's also a beautiful thing happening here, and I applaud this guy, Steve Laureus, I think that's how you say his name. Beautiful physique, awesome. He just won the Pittsburgh Pro. Hopefully this video goes up before the New York Pro, but he made an announcement, or his coach made an announcement, that he's going to do the 212 division in New York. How exciting is that? So he's going to go from classic to the 212 in New York. Now he's 5'10", 210. We'll see how that works out. People, think he's going to crush it. His condition was decent in Pittsburgh. decent, which means to get to crispy hard the way he's going to need to for a bodybuilder or to win the New York Pro, he's gonna, if he was 210 truly in Pittsburgh, he's going to have to be a 205 in New York. So now, you know, as good as he looked on stage next to other classic competitors, you know, good is a matter of opinion. Because I think he looked amazing, and I think he'll look amazing next to 212 bodybuilders. But will he look the criteria of a 212 bodybuilder? Will he be jam-packed with muscle, striated everywhere, striated glutes, hamstrings, you know, just muscle ripping through his skin? Or is he going to look pretty with a small waist, a vacuum, and, you know, just beautiful shape? So this is going to be an awesome thing. And I believe as awesome as he is for Classic, that we'll see what I mean when you put him on a 212 stage. I think if he's top, depending on the lineup, if he's top 5, that'll be a victory. I know personally there's a guy, Justin Randall, that I'm helping, a good friend of mine. He's 4'11", 5 feet tall, 185 pounds, probably be 178, 180 on stage, somewhere like that. His physique is bananas. The level of conditioning, granite hard muscle he has is crazy. Now he's nowhere near as, he doesn't have Laureus's arms, he doesn't have that same structure, but by bodybuilding standards, hardcore muscle, I would love to see them stand next to each other. The guy's almost a foot taller than him. And Justin's got crazy legs. So that's just an example. What if, you know, Sean Clarita, what if Zane Watson, he's going to have to stand next to that guy. Now Zane is, I think, about 5'8", or 5'7", and he looks like a skyscraper in the 212s. But he's got granite hard muscle. So, I don't think you're going to see Steve go and win the 212 and, you know, qualify for the Olympia in 2 different divisions like people are predicting. He'd probably have a better shot at trying that in the men's physique. Now this is no shot at him. I don't even know him. I've never met him. I think his physique is awesome. I think his coach is doing a great job with all his guys, and Justin Miller. I think it's an exciting thing for the sport that this guy has the balls to do that, to go from one division to the next and mix it up. And, you know, there is a possibility he could win. I doubt it, but there's always a possibility. He's going to have to bring it a lot sharper than he did in the Classic. But it's an interesting topic. I thought worthy of me revisiting because in no way am I hypocritical when it comes to bodybuilding. I love all the physiques, all the divisions have their place, but the fact remains, you know, to get to the level of muscularity of an open bodybuilder or even a 212 will take you longer than it will to be a Classic guy. And this is proving my point that Steve would love to compete against the 212s or even open, because that's the way he feels. You know, he likes that look. He's just bringing a more aesthetic or a smaller waist look to that division. But like I said before, nobody wants to be the smaller version. They want to be big. That's why you became a fan of bodybuilding. And people are going to argue with me all the time. No, I think really people prefer the slighter look. And maybe they do. Maybe they do, but they're not true hardcore bodybuilding fans. They're guys who want to get laid and you know, and want to just look good for Instagram and photographs. And I hear this, oh, you know, this they're more mainstream looks. They have opportunities for movies, and are you shitting me? Even these guys, Chris Bumstead, if I wanted to go get chicks, I'd want to look like him, sure. But I'm married, and I don't need to look like Chris Bumstead. But Chris ain't getting no parts in no movies. Colin Van Moger did, but that's a specific bodybuilding movie. And I'm not sure how great this is going to go for him. It's not going to be mainstream. There's nothing mainstream about bodybuilding. I'm sick of hearing that. I don't even want it to be. I don't care about that. I didn't get into bodybuilding to be mainstream or to act in a soap opera or something, If I wanted to be an actor, I would have spent the last 26 years going to acting school, not in the gym. I like bodybuilding the way it is. I don't like the way it's heading now. We were just at the Cutler. The Cutler had 17 bodybuilders. There used to be 17 in every class. That is a sign of the times. That is because of classic physique. Because it's now easier. I'm not going to not say that. A fact's a fact. I wouldn't do it. I could have done it. If back then in the day, that's when I looked like a classic physique. When I was 150 pounds. Now I'm 60 pounds too heavy for that. Anyway, I could talk about this all day. Not disrespecting anyone. Not being hypocritical to anyone. And I wish Steve the best. I wish all these guys the best. They have beautiful physiques. Beautiful people. But the fact of the matter is, it is what it is. So hopefully this comes out before the New York Pro, so we can get that out there and get your opinions on, and even talk some shit to me. Like it or not, that's my opinion.
Alright, this is the Boston Mass. Thanks again for watching. Now, if you're not subscribing, subscribe now. Tell all your friends to subscribe. If you haven't, do it now. Alright?